If you want to get the best start in Assassin's Creed Shadows, then here's how you can grab a full set of legendary armor and weapons right at the start of Assassin's Creed Shadows. There's some great gear here that you won't want to miss early on, because all the legendary items now have unique legendary effects that make you more powerful. And later on, after you unlock and upgrade the blacksmith, you can apply these effects to any weapon to create the best legendary item combinations. This video covers the entire starting region of Izumi Setsu, which you can see highlighted right here in the middle of the map. When you first enter the open world and you're free to explore, you'll be arriving here in Makinudira Temple, which is located in the south of Izumi. And it's right here you can already grab your first legendary item, and arguably one of the best to get early. All you need to do is go here on the map to the Tarasuke Den. You can do this for yourself by following the path down into the valley. Then you're going to cross this bridge across the river and then head up this path towards the Tarasuke Den, which is near Kawoch Heights just here on the map. I'm showing you visually while I dyslexically butcher the pronunciation of all of these Japanese locations. But once you walk up the hill, you'll find a burning hut with some bandits, which I've already taken out to make this video faster. In the burned down hut, you'll find the legendary treasure chest, which is going to reward you with Oni's Fury. Now, before we take a look at this item, there are other treasure chests to loot at this location, but you should know that all the minor chests in Assassin's Creed Shadows have randomized loot. Only the legendary chests will have the same unique items that you're seeing in this video. Now, our first legendary item is a trinket, which is worn on your belt, called Oni's Fury. It boosts your damage by 15% for every piece of non-legendary gear you have equipped. So as you can see, we have 5 pieces of non-legendary items equipped. So 5 times 15% is 75% more damage at the start of the game. You'll also notice that the item's level is only level 6, but don't worry, you can upgrade the levels of all of your gear later on at the blacksmith. And when you pick up these items, you unlock their legendary effects, which you can then apply to other weapons and armor to create the best legendary combos. And all this can be done once you've unlocked and upgraded the blacksmith at your hideout. Now you understand that, we can move on to our second legendary weapon, which is in the north of the Izumi region, just here on the map at Tuzaku's lair. Now, the easiest way to get here is to start from your hideout, which you unlock very early on just by following the main story. Then we're going to head north up the path around the Kanto foothills, pretty much just following the river, and eventually you'll see a bridge on your right hand side. At this point, you'll find a path going through the woods to the left-hand side that will lead you to Tuzaku's lair. Here's the bridge entrance right in front of us, and we're just going to go ahead and duck down and then go into the bushes on the left here. I'm going to dispatch both of them with throwing knives here, and then we're going to go up to the last one and assassinate him while his back is turned. And yes, by the way, I have turned off the blood for YouTube. After we've taken them out, we can find some supplies just here, but more importantly, inside this house is an ornate treasure chest, which we can go ahead and open. For the legendary Tanto, the Egon Sunset Tanto's legendary effect slows down time on your escape attacks. It also has a very traditional Japanese Tanto style with its design, and as you're finding all these new items and weapons, you're also unlocking it as a transmog customization option, which allows you to change the blade, the handle, and the sheath of your weapons to customize its appearance. Next, we can grab a legendary bleed katana with a super powerful effect, but this one is very easy to miss since it's technically not even on the map. It's located on the west side of the Izumi region, just on this boat here in the middle of the ocean. Now, to actually get to this location, you can either swim or you can steal a boat from the nearby harbor town in Saki or another port. You can see this is the port and there's a boat here. You're basically looking for one with a rudder on the back. And then you can press Y to embark and just set off. Ramming speed. Oh, almost killed him. This is the giant ship you're aiming for in the distance here, and it has a lot of treasure on it. So let's get as close as we can, and then we can jump onto the ship and climb up. Now, it's best to enter this floating brick from the back so you can climb up. Beyond the legendary chest, you're also going to find tons of other chests to loot. So the fastest way to the loot is just to climb up this ship onto the roof and then jump through this window here. I've already killed this guy who's sitting out there. And this is the ornate legendary chest. which is going to get you the Bloodshade Legendary Katana. This is the Legendary Bloodshade Katana, which is actually one of the best bleed weapons early on in the game. As you can see, the Katana has a bleed build-up percentage that gets applied with every attack you make. And this can also be increased as you level up the weapon. Now when you're attacking enemies, you're going to see a bleed meter just underneath their health bar. And once it fills up completely, they're going to take a big chunk of damage. Now normally this bleed effect would reduce over time when you're not attacking the enemy, but this Katana's legendary effect makes the affliction build-up permanent. So it just constantly stacks and never goes down. The effect also works with other afflictions like poison, for example, so you can apply it to other weapons as well. Also, it must be said that the serrated blade on this weapon and the red wrapped grip of the katana and the sheath look really cool with its black and red design. Now once you've looted the rest of the treasure on this ship, if you look back over to the port, you'll see there's a few more sunken ships that are half submerged in the ocean just here on the map. If you actually observe these once you get close, you can find some other decent loot on them and also deep underwater as well. So make sure you grab this loot on your way back to the mainland. Next though, we obviously need to get some legendary armor. We can grab the legendary Toolmaster's armor set just here on the map in Katana, which is just south of the river here. And we'll want to be visiting Katana Castle, which is surrounded by a big moat. But if you didn't know, each castle in Assassin's Creed Shadows has a similar mini quest to unlock some legendary gear. First, you'll need to find and defeat all the Samurai Daisho. This will then unlock the legendary chest, which you can then loot for the gear. The only problem is that you need to find out where these samurai are located. Now, if we zoom into this location, you can see the best place to enter is on the bottom right-hand side, just where I'm standing. And if you use the left trigger, you'll be able to scan to find where the Samurai Daisho are. And then once you tag them, they'll be represented by this arrow here. We can go ahead and climb into the castle up this corner. So once you're into the castle, the first samurai is located just here on the map by the entrance, just pacing back and forth along this area. So if you just climb up on the roofs and wait until he stops below you, you can then assassinate him. And obviously it is even easier if you turn on the setting for instant assassinations, but it does kind of ruin the game and you can actually instant kill him without it. Then if we just scan through the area again, we can find the next samurai we need to kill, patrolling to the northeast corner of the Tanto castle just here on the map. And once you find him, you can just do the exact same method to assassinate him from the rooftops. Obviously this is a lot easier if you're maintaining stealth gameplay. If you get detected and have to fight them one-on-one, then they've got a very chunky health bar to deal with. But now we've killed 2 out of 2 samurai at this location, which means that legendary chest is now unlocked. As for where the legendary chest is located, it's typically found in the tallest tower of the castle stronghold, which is right here on the map where the eagle marker is. And you can access the tower from the southwest corner of the walls just over here. If you climb up the bamboo, you can then go through this window. After you're inside, if you go downstairs to the next floor, it's on this floor you'll find the legendary chest. And there are a couple of enemies here to kill, but once they're dead, you can grab the chest piece of the Toolmaster's set. We'll get the rest of the set in a moment, but firstly, this outfit looks really cool. It's dark blue with golden embossed pattern on it. A very fancy, trendy ninja. And as you'd imagine, the armor set boosts your damage with assassin's tools. Critical and vulnerable damage too, basically making you into a better assassin in every way. The legendary effect actually lets you throw a kunai throwing knife at the closest enemy, instantly killing them after you do an assassination, basically giving you 2 kills for the price of 1, which is an absolute game changer when you're trying to stealth around. But wait, it gets better because we can actually find the headpiece for the legendary Toolmaster set next. The Toolmaster hood is located in the northwest of the Izumi region, just here on the map north of the sea in Amagasaka Castle. But compared to the last castle, this one is massive. There's actually 5 samurai to find here, so let me show you their locations. So if we go ahead and zoom in at this location, you can see I'm currently just here on the northeast side of the map. And there's going to be an entrance into the castle just by this sort of rock section where I'm standing on the path. So that's the castle tower, this is the road, and this tree right here is going to be the tree that gives us access. This is the easiest way to enter since one of the samurai are literally standing right by the entrance here. If we just jump over And you can see our first Samurai Bushido is located just here. So what we're going to do is actually sit back a bit because he's going to walk right underneath us. And then what we're going to do is assassinate him. And then we're going to run through this gateway here and get on top of this wall next. And we'll just run across the wall here, go inside and climb up the bamboo here where the white stuff is on the wall. And then we can just climb up to the top of this tower here. So we've just killed the first one who's located just here. And then we went onto the tower and the next one is located just over here in the main compound. You can see that's the tower over there and he is located just down here. So after you've killed that one, the next one is literally standing just over here outside the moat. So you can see him just over there. Take this guy out nice and smooth. The next two are located all the way in the southeast of the compound right here, and there's actually two of them there. You can see right there the Bushido and the large big boy as well. Turns out my plan absolutely failed, but we still managed to kill them both in combat. And now we've killed all 5 of them, so we just need to go back to the Amagasaka Tower, and once we get to the top, we just climb over the roof and you'll find a trap door here which you can go inside, and that will reveal the hidden treasure just here. The legendary effect on this stops shurikens from breaking on hard impact, meaning you can go and pick them up and spam them even more. It also completes the full legendary armor set of the Toolmaster. But there is now one problem, because that trinket on our belt that I showed you how to get at the start of the video, the one that boosts our damage for each non-legendary item we have in our inventory, well, now we have a full set of legendary gear, so we obviously need to replace that. So at the start of this next video, I'll show you how to get another legendary trinket, along with another full legendary armor set and some different legendary weapons. I'll also link the video below.